Hello, I'm Polly Pelham, and I'm a Project Director with Indiana Legal Services. This video describes how to view an Indiana driving record and what information is included on a driving record. This video is not legal advice. It is general information that may or may not apply to you and your situation. It's always best to talk to an attorney about a legal problem, and help is available in your area. Go to indianalegalhelp.org to learn more. There are two ways to get a driving record in Indiana. A person can get their record at mybmv.com. The record there is free, or if you need an official driving record, you'll need to pay $4 and you can access the record online. If you don't want to access the record online, we have a link here that you can complete a form and mail it into the BMV with a $4 check. If you decide to view a record online, you'll have to create an account or a login. You can choose to either view or print your driving record. Once a person has their driving record, they can learn a few things right away. First, the record will say what the license status is. If the status is valid, that record shows that a person has a valid driver's license. But if it says suspended, then that person cannot drive in Indiana. Let's take a look at some of the suspension information that is available. If a license is suspended, read through the record to see what the active suspensions are. 1 asterisk or star means that a suspension is active. Those issues must be taken care of in order for a person to get the right to drive. The red arrow here is pointing to an active suspension. 2 asterisks or 2 stars means that a suspension is not active, or that it is stayed. A suspension that is not active has been taken care of and does not keep the person from driving. The yellow arrow here is pointing to a suspension that is not active, and so no further action is needed on that suspension. There are several dates listed on the driving record. The effective date is the date that the suspension started, or that's the date that the license was no longer valid. The expiration date is the date that the suspension expires or ends. Some suspensions expire or end on a specific date, but many suspensions are indefinite. That means that they do not automatically expire or end. An indefinite suspension is a suspension that requires a person to do something. For example, taking a driver's course, paying a fine, or get what's often called SR22 insurance before the suspension will go away. The mail date is the date that the BMV mailed notice to the person whose license was suspended. Another thing to note is the fee due. In Indiana, if a person gets caught driving without insurance, they will owe a reinstatement fee. It is the fee that the BMV charges to reinstate their license. Here, the $1,000 fee is inside the brackets for an inactive suspension. Remember, the double asterisk means that the suspension is not active. The fee is on the record, but it doesn't have to be paid. If there were no brackets, the person would either have to pay the fine, enroll in a program to avoid the fine, or file documents in the court to ask for a fee waiver. The pamphlet linked here goes over specific reasons a license might be suspended and shares some things that a person might do to fix a license problem. Remember that fixing only some of the issues on a license will not get the license back. So before a person starts to try to fix the issues on the license, it's a good idea to consider whether all the issues can be fixed. Finally, free and low-cost legal help is available throughout Indiana. Go to indianalegalhelp.org to learn more.